Because folks,
strongman personal finance
ain't no dang jokers.
Alrighty, folks, big video. So in this video, I want to address the last time I was ever bullied in life. Hey,
Howdy there, folks.
You're spending more of our money on those stocks. I'm gonna beat your ass. I'm gonna beat your ass.
boy, did I get brutalized today.
That was awesome, man.
Thanks. Welcome back, everybody. We have a special guest today who's revealing his handsome face for the first time.
My butt chin. Hello, everybody.
We introduce to you the Zorro way. This guy right here.
Hey, guys. How's it going? So I'm Zorro. I took up on the mission of strongman personal finance to expose all the grifters online. So if you've never seen me before, hello.
So going forward, because you have a channel called the Zorro Way. What do you have like now? Like at 500, 600 subs, something like that?
500 subs, man. It's been fun. A lot of the subs that I have, they're very like constant. So it's pretty cool because I remember everybody's name when they comment and stuff like that. Some have left if you're getting mad about certain things, but that's, part of the process and things like that. So I do it like as a hobby. I work in the medical field. And so it's been fun exposing some of these guys, doing research on things that they expose themselves half the time, but a lot of people don't know about what's going on behind the scenes. And honestly, like the first time that I got the idea was like after seeing your channel. I'm not here to kiss your butt. I gotta question you on some things too,
baby.
man.
Let's go.
But honestly, I started seeing the fufu and meat breath and all the fun stuff in the comments. I was like, where the heck is that coming from? And then I saw you. I was like, oh, that's a great idea. Expose some of the grift. And I know you also you analyze balance sheets and a lot of things that I'm pretty sure Lefufu has no idea, man, when he's looking at one of those. So it's pretty fun.
Yeah, like when I first came on YouTube, I mean, I didn't even know what I wanted to do with my channel. And then, eventually I realized that the vast majority of large YouTubers are complete and utter scammers who are incompetent clowns. So eventually I was like, if nobody wants to hear about index funds and, how you can get rich slowly, okay, I'll just go ahead and start taking a dump on these guys. And it actually worked. And So it's been going well. And you've been crushing it, man. Like you've only been on for how many months?
September. I started in September, so like a little bit over 2 months. So like yourself, I want to expose a lot of the grifters, and that's actually really fun. Well, and it's you could see behind like their scams so easily, but a lot of people don't see that, right? So part of my channel, I also want to add good content, which takes a lot of time. As you can see, those little drawings and all those things that I do, it takes a lot of time. So like one video could take me like 10 hours. But it's fun, and I try to be as accurate as I can be, and do research before I post anything. I don't want to mess up anyone, and yeah, man. So whatever way it goes, it's fun, and actually brought something because I thought there might be a chance that me, Kevin, might be on. So I came ready, man, just in case, but apparently not. But that's cool. Maybe some other time.
Yeah, like he used to come on all the time, and now he pops in like once every 50 videos or something like that. Because I don't, everybody knows I don't really talk about him as much anymore, so it's just kind of like, oh, hey Kevin, every couple of weeks.
That's fun, man. Yeah, I remember a lot of some of my early subscribers were like, "Oh, expose strongman." I'm like, "What did he do?" They're like, "He got paid by me, Kevin." I'm like, "Nah, that's not true, man. I could read a book by its cover, and I could tell you have like solid values." Oh shoot, we have the same microphone.
Oh, you like that?
Nice. Progress.
Yeah, you're a very frugal guy. See, like it's not the best microphone, but
it gets it done.
Gets the job done.
It gets the job done. Yeah, it's exposing the grifter, so that's all we could wish for, man.
As long as you can hear me, if you can, you just turn up your volume. It's easy as that.
For sure, man. But yeah, so like one of the I'm working on a playlist where I eventually want to have some good content that like people could follow. I do like stocks, unlike you, that it's all about the index funds and stuff like that, and Baba, which I also have investments on, so I'm getting my butt kicked on that.
We all are, don't worry.
We all are, but I mean, most of everything is down right now, and but it's still bad companies like TTCF, SDC, and all that stuff that people don't want to hear about. That, man, they're like diluting up. Sometimes I want to curse. They're diluting pretty heavy, and these guys are, behind the scenes doing things that are obviously illegal, man. Like, how are you gonna like tell a group of people behind the scenes that you're gonna buy a stock and then show it to like 2 million viewers or 750,000 viewers, whatever Lefufu has now, and then all these people buy it after the initial people buy it? It's like a classic pump and dump move, man.
Yeah, because even if Jeremy, because Jeremy's like, oh, I'm a long-term investor, I don't sell. And maybe he doesn't. But then again, we don't know what's going on in his private account, because everybody knows he has another account out there that he's not showing people.
Yeah.
But even if he's not doing that, a lot of his followers, I mean, they're getting in early on the game, on the gains.
For sure.
That
on itself, it's illegal. That on itself, it's illegal, especially since it's like a paid service. It's completely illegal, man. And I know he's been looked up by the SEC before, even though he never actually like admits to it. But he's saying, "Oh, guys, a government agency's taking a look at me, and I don't want to be active in the chat." And it's happened before. And I don't know about Kevin. Kevin is like a way smarter version of what Lefufu is, right? Like, he's a hard worker. I can't take that away from him, man. Like, he works really hard on what he does. But again, like, he's pumping and dumping and moving these companies, like, Hippo. I could tell you a bunch of companies that I followed Kevin through the years, one from before, and Lefufu as well, right? So I was on the sidelines, and I was like, and I've actually fallen for a couple things in the past. So I'm embarrassed to say it, but it's true, and but part of these things that wake you up is like learning and taking a loss here and there. and yeah, for sure.
I think a lot of people woke up to Jeremy, after this whole market crash, because honestly, if you call his organization, and they're still doing this to this day, they're saying you can expect 30% returns.
Oh yeah. So I have a brother who's like in law school, right? He's not an attorney yet, but I actually recorded my conversation by I was on a Zoom call with Lefufu's organization, and I think the guy's name is Andrich, one of his people.
I know who that clown is.
Yeah, and I recorded the whole thing. I didn't ask, so I can't post it. And he promised that Jeremy gets like 30% annual returns, just like his book, which is pretty funny, man. Because like when you started doing the series about like exposing his book, I had ordered it on Amazon. I was gonna do something similar to it, and then I'm like, oh fuck, now I gotta return this thing.
Yeah, I mean, don't give Jeremy any more money than he needs, And honestly, the book is just dumb. Like, there's almost no value, and he basically implies that he learned from Warren Buffett, but he's improved upon Warren Buffett because he's a modern stock market investor.
Yeah, he's trashed Warren Buffett in the channel before. I don't want to waste my time going video by video looking at Jeremy. And one of my pretty strong theories is that, man, that he has like insider information on, not insider per se, but on TTCF. I remember one of his videos where I can't find it. So anyone in the chat, if you guys find it, let us know, either me or Strongman, where he's like showing pictures of like meetings within the company, and they're like posting like products that are going to come out in the future, and you could only get that type of information from like insider stuff. And another thing that he did, since he's in Vegas, he went to the planet, like he calls it, Planet 13, and he admits to like setting up a meeting with like the CEO and insiders. And after that, man, it was like 2 months of nonstop the planet pump and dumps. And you never know what he does with like his private stock groups and like the private accounts that he has, whether he's like buying it, and like that's like a very small market cap company that he could move with like his viewers. And he's done a ton of shady stuff, man, like that behind the scenes. And like very good food company. He got paid to do that, man. But whatever. Don't sue me, bro.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, all he's got to do is if he buys a stock and it goes to zero, or, gets wrecked 90%, he can just not talk about it anymore and people fall for it. But he also claims that he's never been paid to promote a stock, which, I mean, like, how do you verify that? It almost seems like he has to be, because he's promoting such garbage.
It's garbage.
Like there's no other explanation.
I mean,
unless he's that dumb.
Yeah, you can't be like this long in the game and still be promoting like Smile Direct Club because people are taking their masks off before. I do something in the dental field, all right, and that's not how it works, man. When I saw that, I broke down. Like I was like, what is going on here, man? That was a weird one. I think from all his companies, like one that might be decent is Honest. That might be one of like the ones that have like a might make it through this whole recession because it has like a semi decent balance sheet, but Smile Direct Club, like all those companies are horrible, man.
Yeah, I mean, Smile Direct, it has a good chance of going bankrupt. I mean, it may take a couple years, but they have a huge amount of debt that's coming due in like 2025. Yeah, Honest does have a solid balance sheet. That it doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be a 10x stock, but yeah, I agree with you. It could survive. And then Tattooed Chef, I'm actually really excited about these earnings coming up.
Yeah, me too.
Because I've been seeing that cash balance, the cash balance just going down and down and down. Now they're at the point where they're going to have to start packing on debt or issuing shares to survive.
Yeah, and insiders are selling. They know what's coming, man. And do you watch The Office? Like, have you ever watched it?
Oh God, my wife like is addicted to it.
Yeah, so I've watched The Office maybe like 4 or 5 times over. So I'm in the same boat as your wife, but I feel like their accountant was Kevin from The Office. That guy is like the worst accountant of all time, and that's what it reminds me. Like they have horrible. Like one of the things you have to be selective when like picking the companies, like their management, right? That they're getting things right, making sure that they have solid accountants that are like on top of things. That's like a big red flag on its own right there, man. Like besides like Lucian and like, you know, it's a frozen food company. Okay, a lot of the companies in the triple Q are random food companies that you've never heard of, but trash. It's trash.
Yeah, and there's really nothing to like about that company except I think he likes the packaging. Like I think he just thinks it's pretty. And that's literally, I think that's one of the reasons.
I think that's his logic, man.
And like the revenue, that's the only two good things that are good about everything else about Tattooed Chef. The margins, the freaking the taste, in my opinion, everything's freaking trash.
Yeah, I've tried it as well. I tried it too, and it wasn't good. I had the veggies, and my girlfriend likes that, but everything else kind of sucks. What do you think about Jeremy taking pictures of people in their stores and?
Oh, dude. I think it's another opportunity to make fun of him. Like I enjoy making fun of Jeremy. People think I'm just like jealous and obsessed with him. He's just such a freaking clown. He just gives like nonstop material. Yeah. But when it comes to people like taking photos, like he's just a freaking weirdo. Like I don't think he's a stalker. He's just a freaking weirdo, and he thinks that's due diligence, is taking pictures of
the mall, people at the mall at a line for a fedora or whatever. And it's kind of funny that a lot of his followers, they're in stock tweets, right? And they used to be there by like the thousands. Do you know about stock tweets? I'm sure.
Oh yeah, I check into Tattooed Chef every once in a while.
Yeah, so there's a lot of like people there that are they used to be there by the thousands, like supporting Jeremy whenever you would say anything. I remember when TTCL was like $22 or something like that. I'm like, it's gonna be $6 by this time, like next year. And a bunch of them attacked me. They were like sending pictures of like the food aisles and stuff like that. I remember still some of their names, and they're all gone, man. They're all gone at this point. And I know the market has been horrible for like mostly everybody, but I feel like a lot of people learned their lessons about listening to these clowns, man. And the thing about Jeremy is that he's pretty arrogant. Like, I mean, they all are in a way, but if you look at his history, right, he tries to play the nice guy. Like, I'm super bullish and I'm not jealous of Kevin or anyone else. And if you go through his like the pictures that they put as the cover, the thumbnail for their videos, like this guy looks terrible, man. He's not healthy. I just wish he would get help.
Well, I mean, there's plenty of videos where you can see like, his thumbnail is like his eyes are bloodshot. He looks tired. The guy is insanely stressed. He may not act like it or pretend he's not. The amount of losses he suffered, and I would imagine his whole course is bleeding money.
Yeah, like
I don't even think it's probably not even profitable because so many people have left. Yeah. But yeah, he's under massive pressure, and he's praying for a some kind of bull market to come back.
Yeah,
because if it doesn't come back soon, he's in trouble.
Yeah. The other day he made a video about he was discussing like what he's gotten right, what he's gotten wrong. And I'm like, yo, you missed out a lot on the wrong. I remember him saying, and that probably screwed a lot of people, man, when he was saying that the reason for like the sell-off during November, December, when the Fed started saying that like, oh, interest rates were coming and stuff like that, increasing, He was saying that's just tax selling, and so everybody, of course, the minute like tax season was over, started buying all these junk companies that he said, you know, we're gonna bounce back and 4 times your money, 5 times your money, and then those companies, man, have dropped like 80% since then.
Well, it's always a conspiracy theory. It's like, oh, it's the hedge funds, or oh, it's the short sellers. It's not because you bought a garbage company during a massive, insane bull market that wasn't going to last.
Yeah,
it's somebody else.
Yeah, and the funny one was when he was saying, that his theory was that a hedge fund was shorting his stocks. You know, specifically picking on him. Like, that's so narcissistic, man.
I mean, that would be intelligent because like he is an indicator of stocks to short. I'm not saying that's happening, but if any hedge fund manager was intelligent, they would just go off YouTube and just short all the stocks everybody talks about on here.
Yeah, for sure, man. But yeah, so I made that Kevin video. I think Kevin had potential to be one of those YouTubers that in the financial space that if he wouldn't have become a massive grifter, that he had potential to, you know, actually educate people and do it like the right way. But I don't like the turn that he took eventually, and I mean, it's smart, man. You can't hate on another man for improving himself, right? And he saw like he sees patterns in the market, right? So he started talking about stimulus, and that's where he actually like blew up. I saw his account history. You know, he talked about things that people want to talk about and hear about, but it's dangerous. It's a dangerous game whenever you talk about things that you have no clue about. And you're involving a lot of people financially, man, and a lot of older people or younger people that haven't like experienced financial losses by listening to someone else. Probably saw that everything was going up. They invested like their hard-earned savings and all their money, and boom, now they're screwed, man.
Yeah, that's the sad thing about YouTube is you have to talk about the trending topics, even if they're clownish stocks. Because, like, honestly, do you think I want to talk about Tattooed Chef? No, it's some stupid, insignificant Peabody worthless clown company that's probably going to go bankrupt. But of course, people want to hear about it, so I have to talk about it. But I've decided to crap on it, which, you know, makes me look like, you know, a butthead or whatever.
A genius. That's what it makes you look like right now, man.
Yeah, I was crapping on that company when it was like in the 20s,
yeah,
you know, like because it was obvious to me. But you know, when it comes to YouTube, you just have to be patient. Like people will give you crap and they'll say you're stupid. But if you know you're looking at something and you can just see that it's wrong, everybody else is wrong. If you stick to your guns, I think eventually you'll turn out to be correct.
Yeah. Do you plan in the future to add like any financial content yourself? Whether like, you know, you do analyze a lot of companies and you whenever some big topic is out, you analyze it. But I think a lot of your fan base would like benefit from like you using your knowledge like as an accountant, which is pretty rare in the space. Like I don't think anyone has like the experience that you do to analyze like, you know, other companies or like, you know, talk about how to read a balance sheet for one, you know.
Yeah, so I mean, I every time I analyze a stock now, I'm not really predicting the future because it's impossible to do. So I am trying to focus a little bit more on, you know, just looking at a company from an accounting perspective. Mm-hmm. But you know, that's not all I do on this channel. Like there's things that I enjoy doing. Yeah. And sometimes like a stock that, you know, everybody talks about, sometimes I just don't want to talk about it. You know, even if it's just looking at it from an accounting perspective. So I just kind of do what just like strikes my fancy. Like some days I'm like, oh yeah, I'll look at the stock's financials. And other days I'll just, I don't know, talk about.
Yeah, I can tell you're having fun with it. And that's important,
right? You gotta have fun or you won't do it.
Yeah, you won't do it for sure. Yeah, so some days it's hard to get motivation, right? Whenever you feel like you like, especially as like a starting channel, whenever you feel like you put out good content and then it's like, you know, because unfortunately we're in a space, or most of YouTube is in a space where like subscriber count is looked at as a way of like knowing whether the channel or whoever is in the other side is like, you know, giving you good content, which is complete BS, man.
Oh, dude, when I was like, you know, your size, they're like, oh, you only have 500 subs, you're stupid. But eventually, like, you just keep doing it, and like nobody has mentioned my sub count now. I mean, I'm not a huge channel.
No, but
you know,
8K is solid, man. It's solid.
Yeah, like nobody talks about it anymore. So like eventually, like if people are talking trash to you, just keep doing it. You're growing pretty quick, and before you know it, they'll never talk about your sub count.
Thank you, brother. One thing I've noticed also about your channel that I think a lot of channels they buy subscribers, right? And I know that you've been attacked by it from what I've heard from like one of those other videos and stuff like that. But I feel like your channel, even though you have 8,000, subscribers, you have a solid 2K views, easily, which speaks a lot about like the base that you've created, right? So they're in for you. They're not in just for like, tell me what's gonna happen in the market. They're out to get entertained, and you're having fun with it. So keep on doing that, man, for sure.
Yeah, I mean that's my goal, is just have fun and grow slow and steady. It's kind of like an index fund. You're not going to 10x your channel, but you do this for 5, 10, 15 years, and before you know it, I'll have 100K subscribers, 200K one day in the future, and I'll just patiently wait for that day.
I look forward to that, man. So keep grinding, man. Another thing, I can tell you have like a pretty solid like understanding of who you are, and it's pretty fun to watch. A lot of you have like I remember this video where you talked about like family values, and you talked on it, and you got a little bit of emotion, right? that was pretty cool for your fans to see, like your subscribers to see, because that's rare these days. And I feel like you're a military man, and you have a solid family, and you haven't created a fake image of who you are. And all these people, man, on the platform, I was like, so much fake, man. It's so easy for me, like, to see a lot of behind the BS. So it's refreshing to see someone like making fun of people who aren't. So it's awesome, man.
Thanks, I appreciate it. Yeah, it's in my opinion, it's always better just to be honest.
Yeah,
just kind of tell the truth. And like, I'm not saying I'm a perfect person.
Oh,
I've made mistakes on YouTube apparently, but yeah, overall, just be honest, tell the truth, and eventually, it should win out in the long run. We'll see. I've kind of taken the black pill a little bit, to be honest, because even after this clown market has collapsed and all these stocks have been freaking wrecked, these clowns are still getting massive amounts of views, and they're still growing. Not as fast, but they're still growing. So it's kind of depressing. And then it's like, okay, eventually we're going to go back to a bull market, right?
Yep.
And then these guys are going to come back in full force.
Full force, and they were right the whole time. That's the one thing they're going to remind you, right? Because they're never wrong.
Well, yeah, because like let's say Tattoo Chef goes to $12, which that's possible. We have a bull market. They cut interest rates. Blah 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 blah. Jerry will be like, "See, look how much money I made off of Tattooed Chef," and he'll completely ignore the fact that he was telling people to buy it when it was like $20-something.
Yeah.
That's exactly what
he's going to be a billionaire, bro.
No, because I don't know if you're signed up for his course notifications. I get emails from his financial fortress. And what he started to do for a while was he would buy a stock, and if it would go up randomly over a couple weeks, because sometimes stocks just do that, he would talk about it. He's like, see, I bought this stock, and now I'm up 20%. That's his new grift.
Yeah. One of the things about Lefufu is that he's the definition of fake it till you make it, no matter what. And if you got to give him that, he's been going at it for a long, long time, trying to sell you on this fake guru image. And like, it's funny to me because whenever you call him out for his grammar, English isn't even my first language, by the way. So, and he has like horrible grammar. And then he's using this app on Twitter that like, fixes all his stuff. It's called Twit Hunter Pro. Where he actually seems correct, but yeah, man, his emails, I received them, and they're horrible, man. Like, you can tell he typed those.
Charge people $2,000, $1,000, $2,000. Like, come on, man. At least check your freaking grammar before you send an email out. But then again, there's a theory. I don't know if this is true. I honestly just think he's dumb. But there's a theory out there that he's trying to weed out people that aren't very intelligent or easily susceptible to grifts, because it's a scam. Like if somebody gets an email has horrible typos, most people would know it's a scam, but there's always going to be that, those couple individuals that fall for it. So, the theory is he's actually targeting those people specifically.
That might work, man. They probably go to grifter school for that.
It's worked. I mean, he's a millionaire and he has a huge freaking mansion in Las Vegas. So somebody's got to be paying him money.
Yeah, man. Well, it's all ad revenue from YouTube and course members, man. Like, he shows himself as a stock picker, but if you remove Tesla from his like history, I mean, he made a solid investment on like Facebook or Meta, whatever, and other like Wynn Resorts. I remember that one, and a few good ones. But if you remove Tesla from the list of stocks that man has ever bought, he's done all time. Like I would take that to the grave.
Well, that's why I always rail on Tesla, because it's the main reason that a lot of these people on YouTube are still trusted, because they could say remember when I bought Tesla and it was going down and I told you to keep buying it, and now look what happened to Tesla. They're basically turning that narrative into trust me on these other stocks too. And until Tesla gets absolutely wrecked, these guys can keep saying that. So I'm just praying for the day that Tesla it's absolutely annihilated.
Yeah, I always fight with a buddy about Tesla because he's a strong Tesla believer. And I'm like, Tesla kind of makes sense financially now more than ever, I guess, in a way. But I still wouldn't touch it.
Yeah, I still think it's massively overvalued. I mean, the fundamentals have improved and the stock is cheaper. So it is a better buy than it was before.
Yeah.
But I'm not going anywhere near that stock for a long time.
Yeah.
But eventually I'll buy it just to say I did.
Yeah. But what do you mean when you say you took the black pill?
So like the black pill in like the dating sphere is like, oh, I'm so ugly, I will never find love. I'm like genetic trash, basically. It's this whole thing in like the dating sphere.
Oh, gotcha.
And so you basically lost all hope. You've given up hope.
Oh, I feel like that some days.
Yeah. So the black pill for the finance space is like no matter how much you call out the grifters, no matter how obviously fraudulent they are, they just keep winning no matter what.
Because people are attracted to sociopaths and narcissists that tell them I'm a genius, right? Whenever you tell people the truth, a lot of people don't want to hear the truth. But I feel like that's why you have like 8,000 subscribers and you have like solid views every time, right? Because they know what you're selling, right? Which is honesty and entertainment, right? Versus these other guys that like, I don't know. I feel like one of the grifts that Lefufu is doing now is that he opened his second channel. And that's just like pretty smart of him. That's one of the smart things that he's ever done because he's, he has like 12,000, 15,000 subscribers on there. He's just making reaction videos. But I feel like he's doing that because like his revenue's down, everything's down, like ad revenue's down, and like his horrible stock picks. But that was pretty smart of him.
Yeah, he can because I've noticed like his views. I mean, he still gets way more views than both of us combined on his main channel, but on his new channel, he seems to be focusing a lot on that. Like it seems like his big channel, the views are going down.
Yeah,
and I think he also gets a rush out of like building something. Like maybe he's bored because his current channel has peaked out. Like it really hasn't grown that much, but he can get that rush of, oh, I got 1,000 more subscribers yesterday, even though it's just old subscribers coming to his other channel
or some haters. I make a few of those accounts following him.
Yeah, he banned me real quick, or he blocked me real quick. Like I posted one, or he might have just done it even before I posted a comment. But I posted one comment, nobody saw it. Because, like, if I commented on a Lefufu video and people could actually see it, people would react to it, obviously. Yeah. So he freaking blocked me, like, immediately, which is sad because...
Yeah, he blocked me too, but it's kind of funny. He blocked me on Twitter, but it's probably because I tagged him. He doesn't have a clue who I am. He and Kevin both blocked me on Twitter.
Kevin blocked you too?
Kevin, I don't know why he blocked me, though. I think he saw, like, the last video that I made on his house hack, and... I'm blocked. I'm blocked there. I rarely tag him, but whatever.
That's hilarious. Well, at least so Lefufu does know who you are because he blocked you.
Yeah, but he probably. I feel like he blocks a lot of like haters on like the comment section and things like that. But I'm a small channel, man. They know you. They know Lefufu has made his stock list versus the World Index Fund thing going. I can't wait to see how that plays out, man. You have no idea. I'm like a long-term invested into that. So seeing that like 5 years down the line, I don't wish his followers to lose money. That's like the reality, right? Because whatever. I want people to make money, but I like it when he's wrong.
And the funny thing is, like I say this in every video, he's skewed the contest because he started the contest. After his stocks had already gotten wrecked massively. And even then, I'm still winning, which is hilarious. You're still winning. But even if his stocks like do better than VT, it's not like an accurate reflection of reality because he gave himself a massive advantage.
Yeah. Like everything he does, man. Total grifter.
Because I guarantee if we go back into a bull market, like small caps may, shoot up more than VT, obviously. And he'll start talking about it again, but I don't know if you've noticed, but he doesn't really talk about it anymore. It just kind of sits there and, goes unnoticed.
Yeah, it's funny though that he still has it. Like you could, find it whenever he switches slides, and also I think it's in the video description, right? Or no?
Yeah, it's in every video description. Like he knows if he gets rid of it, I'm just gonna roast him even harder. So he's just kind of locked into it now. But all right, cool, man. You keep losing all your money in your stocks, and I can't wait for the day when one of those stocks on there says negative 100%. I can't wait.
Yeah. Did he include Voyager and Very Good Food Company in there? I don't remember.
No, sadly, like all the stocks that have been absolutely nuked, he is not included on there. But I mean, there are some stocks that are down pretty massively, like a Smile Direct Club. But it might take a couple years before that one goes to zero.
Yeah, when the closer a stock gets to zero, the harder it is to come back to those levels. I remember when he first started talking about Smile Direct Club that he was saying it's gonna like go to $8 by like this time last year. I mean this time of the year, and he's horrible, man.
Yeah, because like I said, his next grift is gonna be like, after a stock gets wrecked, if it goes back up 100%. Well, he's still down massively, but he's going to say, oh, so you went up 100%. I'm a genius. Yeah. Let's go look at his stocks. I'll show you real quick. This is so bad. Look at this. I mean, yeah, Oatly's been freaking wrecked. I forgot about that one.
That's a crazy one, man. I think the only thing that saves Oatly's a buyout. That's about it.
Yeah, his worst performers are Oatly and Smile Direct Club, which is not surprising because those are the two most garbage companies he has that are probably going to go bankrupt. Freaking Jeremy. Oh, my God.
Yeah. But it's a little bit frustrating that these guys, like you said, whenever we go in the next bull run, they're going to gain like 200,000 subscribers because they're going to be pumping out things and making the clickbaity videos that everybody wants to see. But it is what it is, man. You got to stay true to who you are and keep on going.
That's why you got to take the black pill, man.
Yeah.
It's over.
For sure. No, I'm thinking about it that way as well, honestly. I'm just going to expose some grift, provide some decent, not financial education, but like, some solid long-term advice. Not advice. Oh, man, that's it. I've turned into one of them. But, some solid information and expose some grifters just so I could have like a little bit of content to include here and there,
Yeah. And at the end of the day, like I'm an index fund investor. So even if, anybody's stocks outperform mine, it doesn't matter because at the end of the day, like no matter what, I'm going to reach my objective of, retiring at whatever age I want to retire. And that's all that matters at the end of the day. And that's what I'm trying to tell people. It's like, yeah, you might get lucky and pick that one 20,000 billion X stock. Yeah. Most likely you won't. But if you buy an index fund, especially a global one, you'll probably get to where you want to go and you basically win no matter what.
Yeah. So like one of the videos that I did today was about how inflation, the stock market has risen, like it's destroyed inflation over the last few years, right? Meanwhile, the dollar has lost like 86% value in 50 years, which is not that long ago. So index world funds, it's one of the best strategies for that for sure.
So what software do you use to make the videos?
Right. So it's called VideoScribe, right? So I have a Camtasia and VideoScribe. I play a little bit with both. I recommend it, man. It's pretty fun. At first, it used to take me a while to put anything together, and it was pretty awkward, right? Like, after time, you start getting better at this. This is actually like the first time that I've done something like this, so I'm probably a little bit more awkward than I'll be next time.
No, you're fine.
Thank you, brother.
I've seen worse.
And but yeah, it's called VideoScribe. There's like free versions out there, and I pay for like the subscription for the whole year. So if you ever want to try it, I'll give you my login. And so the thing I do with that is I record whatever I want to do first, right? I do the voiceover, and then I start adding like pictures with graphics, and you could either choose from a selective bank that they have or like import your own, right? And it's pretty fun, man. And it keeps people engaged whenever you want to like teach something or like them to like stay trying to listen to something that you have to say, because sometimes if I'm just like myself, I'm not like as outgoing, as energetic as you are. So something like that helps me because it keeps them focused on like learning something and engaged. They're seeing something move on the screen versus me talking.
Yeah, no, I actually really enjoy your videos because like my type of content is like super lazy. It just is. Like I just get on here, go live, and scream for 10 minutes. Your stuff's like really professionally done, and it's still engaging and interesting. So like, I actually enjoy your content. I think you'll find a lot of success if you keep doing what you're doing.
Thank you. Yeah. Yeah. But it's funny because I enjoyed your content, right? So we all got to stick to a little bit what we do. I'm not a very energetic person, right? Like sometimes I want to like express something and then like it's like my mind starts like, so it's easier for me to record or do a voiceover and put it out there and video scribe. It's pretty fun. You should try it. Like if you ever want to do it, just let me know.
Yeah. I mean, a big problem I have is like I just don't have free time.
Yeah.
Because
Oh, yeah.
yeah, it really, it's like the kids. I got 2 young kids.
That's awesome, man. Congrats.
It's thanks, but it's they're a lot of work. So like when I come and do a live stream, it's literally I put the kid down, give him to the wife, or I put the kid to bed. I come down here as fast as I can, immediately jump on, do the stream, and get off because that's all I have the time to do. So like maybe at some point in the future when I have a lot of free time and the kids actually like sleep all night and don't scream all day, or I'll have time to like do all that editing stuff. But for now.
Or if you ever like just do a voice recording, I could help you out, put it together for you. It'll still be your voice and stuff like that. I got a little bit more free time even sometimes. But yeah, man, I like to keep busy. I'm the type of person that like enjoys learning a little bit of everything, right? So like I study biology. I'm in the like medical related field. I don't really want to put it out there for the grifters to find. And so I love financing, investing, stocks. I love learning all that stuff. And I listen to Bogle, Warren Buffett, and all the great legends, right? So I feel
Warren
like
Buffett,
LaFufu, Kathy Woods,
the investing greats.
But yeah, man, I respect hard work and like honesty and like. But these people, like a lot of them are just like you could see through the BS so easily. So it's frustrating when a lot of people don't. But I guess it's the world, man. A lot of grifters we put in power or we put in like high places because it's their personality and it's the way the world goes.
Yeah, I mean, to me, like I've always been huge into index funds, and I just like have always believed it's the right way.
Yeah,
and I just cannot. When I first came on YouTube, I could not believe what I was seeing, and like some of the stuff people were saying. Because I used to be a financial advisor very briefly, and I was like, how is this crap legal? How are these people doing that? Apparently they can get away with it, but like that really motivated me to start going after these clowns because like it actually is very important to me, having good personal finances. That's always been my passion is personal finance. So that's a big motivator for me to stay on YouTube. And I'm actually excited about the next bull market because then I can really start shredding people again.
Me too.
Because like now I'm just like punching people. I'm punching stocks that are down, which that's messed up, bro. You can't do that. But when stocks are up, that's when I really like to trash on them.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun, man. The next bull market is gonna be a fun one. I think we might be getting closer than we actually think, but who knows, man?
Yeah,
I know you don't know.
Never predict it. But even then, like it might not be like that market that we had. That was the most insane, unusual, crazy thing that has ever happened. Yeah. Like I don't know if that's gonna happen again.
I know you're a long-term investor. I like to trade here and there, right? So I do like long-term more than anything, but I do like making some trades. If I'm going to be honest, I do like selling covered calls and cash secured puts and stuff like that, collect premium. That's just one of the strategies, but I do have a long-term Roth IRA where I trade. Otherwise, the taxes will like destroy your profits. But I think we should have all started like selling if you're gonna sell. Whenever we saw NFTs like be like so common and like there's like this coin that was going on crazy today, so it's a little bit of a wake up call that it might not be the bottom yet. It was called like dust fart or something like that. It was like going up like 80% in a day or something like that. My friend was like sending me in the chat.
Yeah, because so my philosophy, like I follow the Boglehead philosophy, and it's like if you have spare cash that doesn't include your retirement or your savings account, you invest it. Yeah, that you immediately do it because like time in the market beats time in the market, right? Yeah. Well, in this last bull market, like I just knew it was a massive bubble. I just freaking knew it, and it pains me so much because I stuck with my philosophy, and I maxed my Roth and my wife's Roth literally at the peak of VT at like it was like 108, 109, and then ever since then that $12,000 that I put in there is down like 30%, which is fine because in the long run it doesn't matter. But I should have shorted the crap out of the market, but you know,
Yeah,
that's always hindsight, retrospect.
I remember I bought like leap puts on Rivian. That thing was like came out with like a crazy valuation, and I the puts were super expensive because they knew it was gonna like come down eventually. And you know, they kept on going up for like 2 months after, so I freaking bought it because I'm like, I never buy puts. I always buy like calls and, you know, to hedge and stuff like that. And like, I think a week later, the market started like just going downhill, man. And I would have made so much money if I would have kept that put, but whatever. Lesson learned.
Dude, I've lost every time I've bought a put.
Yeah.
I've been 100% right. I've just been too early.
Yeah. So like puts suck, man. Like puts are freaking scam.
Well, yeah, I mean, they always say that like 95% of traders, you know, don't make money. It's the truth because it's so hard to time this crap.
Yeah, for sure, man. But yeah, man, I'm really happy that we got to talk today, and let's collaborate in the future. I don't want to take too much of your time, but I appreciate you, and I appreciate that time that you like posted one of my videos in your channel that actually got you know, some people came over and they've been giving me ideas. And I think it's good that you've kind of started this community that we attack grifters, man, and we could provide good value. And I know there's some within the community arguments going on. Can you talk a little bit about that before you let me go? About like Scott Shafter.
Oh, Scott Shafter. Yeah, that's actually a great nickname for him. Well, I mean, there's people that, you know, understand investing. This is all I'll say. There's people that understand investing and understand why these stocks are bad. And then there's other people that are just hopping on the bandwagon. So you always have, if you want to join the grifter slayer community, I mean, anybody can do it, but you always have to ask yourself, what are your motivations? Are you doing this because you really believe that these people are disgusting filth, or are you just doing it to, you know, make money on YouTube because it's popular? So some people fall in one camp, some people fall in the other.
Yeah, I think we're gonna see whenever the Bulls come back, a lot of shifts happening in the community, and it's gonna be interesting, man. I think as long as everybody's having fun, screw it, man.
I'm excited about the next bull market. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a lot of fun. I agree with you.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. Besides Baba, do you have any other stock investments?
That's it.
That's it.
Well, so I did buy like so there was this penny stock that these guys called Alpha Status stocks were pumping. And I bought it because I was like, these clowns are going to pump this stock up. And now it's down like 90%. It's only a couple $100, but yeah, so I technically have that stock too. But no, I'm really like 95% VT. And I've been this last year I've thrown in tens of thousands of dollars into VT and only a couple grand into BABA. So I'm trying to stick to my index fund beliefs.
If something works for you, it's the way you want to stay, right? Like when you start deviating and it gets complicated, and when you lose yourself, man, it's never good.
Oh, I agree. Yeah. All right, man. Well, thanks for coming on. I know we had a bunch of comments, but probably a bunch of freaking clowns. But yeah, any comments catch your eye, or do you want to?
Let me check out the comments. I didn't even know I could check out the comments. That's how a noob. I'm a noob.
This is a training for you. Whenever you want to go live. Let's see.
Get Jeremy in there. Yeah. You think he will eventually come in to your channel?
It's going to be a while.
Yeah.
I think at some point, like if I was big enough, he would have to address me directly. But now, you know, his strategy is just to ignore me or only mention me indirectly, which is smart of him.
Belly, Christopher Belly.
Yeah. Oh, who could that be? I wonder. Or like if I had 200,000 subs or 500,000, yeah, he would have to acknowledge me or come on. But
I hate that he what's that other channel called? Something Money, Smart Money. I don't even know anymore. I can't keep
money.
Yeah. That they actually like, you know, talk to him, and I feel like the whole conversation went where Jeremy started like crying his eyes out, begging for please stop exposing me type of thing with them, and they kind of flipped over to the dark side, but that's the way it's going.
Yeah, I mean everything money went to crap. Like I used to be a big fan of theirs, but now they're all into options trading and day trading. Like that's just hot garbage. And that doesn't fit the mold of their channel. So oh well.
Yeah. They flipped on us, man.
More will, trust me. Who's next? All right, man. We're gonna do the outro. Everybody, thanks for tuning in. Go check out Zorro's channel. Actually, tell people about your channel one more time where they can find you. Then we'll.
All right, guys. So my channel is gonna be exposing the grifters, right? It could be sometimes politicians, sometimes that always gets fun, right? Because everybody's so divided on that. The grifters in the finance community, and providing some good education content. If you check me out, I talk to strongmen. There's a lot of animated videos, so check me out, and I would love to earn your subscription. And Zorro out.
Cheers. And a Jeremy outro.